I'm glad to be here and speak on the honor of my dad and to all of you who's known as Elvis. This morning I didn't really know if I was going to speak, but I sat and I reflected upon how I felt about my dad and what he meant to everybody, and so I'll try to get through this without being choked up. Alright. My dad and I didn't always see eye to eye. We were very different from one another. He viewed life from more of a mechanical and finances point of view. I didn't get those attributes in life like he had. And although he isn't with us anymore, he still lives on. This isn't the end for old Elvis. His giant heart in caring for others and so many of his kids. His sons Chuck and Scott had his wanting to help others in any way they could. To be there if you needed them, and to get you where you were going on a moment's notice. Just like Dad got people going to their destinations with his tow trucks and fixing up their cars. His daughter Kathy has a great capacity for love of children and animals. I think the way our dad loved his dogs Presley and Sebastian were clear evidence of that. And the way Kathy has helped people's animals overcome illness and injuries at the vet clinic have a tremendous help to people's families. She also is all about her family and kids, just like Dad. Kevin got Dad's business and leadership frame of mind. The understanding that it's making connections and getting along with people that makes the world go round. To be able to give directions and reach goals and make smart decisions into better situations. All the while joking and getting people to laugh along the way. He has Dad's confidence. Kevin would call himself Larry Legend while draining a bomb from three-point range, hitting nothing but net. Dad would bank in a hook shot, raise his arms in the air with the number 1 fingers, and call himself the 48-year-old all-star. His daughter Kim's ability to serve others and make people happy were so much like Dad too. She possesses the great love for her family and especially her grandkids. Reminds me of someone else I know. Tim and Terry got our dad's mechanical abilities and the understanding of how things work. They worked for our dad the longest and probably spent more time with him than any of them. Dad calls himself Elvis. Tim calls himself the vocalizer. Dad was the life and gravitational force of any family get-together. Entertaining people, getting people going, and occasionally working them up. Tim and Terry like entertaining people on the stage, being the life of the party in a different way. Becky, his youngest daughter, I love you, Becky. Becky, his youngest daughter, is so much like Dad. She has his sense of humor and his gift of gab. Everyone knows them and they know everybody. Dad oftentimes will hold us up trying to leave places because he wouldn't stop talking to people, even if he just met them and had no prior interaction whatsoever. Becky is similar. She talks to everybody, especially when she was working at the bank all those years. As I stated in the beginning, my dad and I were very different. Can I be silly? Sure. Can I? But not as silly as Dad. Can I talk to people? Absolutely, but not like Dad could. I certainly can't fix a car or pull someone out of a ditch. I'm not good at business and bookkeeping like Dad was. That man ran his own business for about 35 years. He provided for his family and made his mark with what feels like the entire time. I don't have that. That man could dance like Elvis. I only know one move. I'll never be as good a husband or as great of a father. But I'm going to try my best. My wife and I, we have a son on the way. He will be here in 2 months, and it has made me cry a lot in the past week that our dad won't get to meet him. But I'm sure going to tell little Michael all about how awesome his grandpa Chuck was. He will hear all the stories, all the laughs, all the times he was tough on me, but as someone wisely said to me last night, he was only tough on us because he loved us so much, and he wanted us to be better. He oftentimes was sad that he couldn't keep the business going after he finally had to sell it in 2016. I told him many times, Dad, you have nothing to feel bad about. Most people who start their own business don't make it 5 years, let alone almost 4 decades. I told him, I'm proud of you, Dad. You did good. I've often told my wife over the past 7 years that we've been together that one of the things I wanted in life the most was to hear my dad say that he was proud of me. Unfortunately, I never got to hear him say that, even after the many years that when I stumbled and then I finally got it right. And I don't take that personally. He just wasn't built like that. A lot of people have told me very adamantly that he was proud of me. I hope so. I'm going to try and be silly like that. I'm going to try and make connections and help people like that. I won't be closed off. I'll try to get to know as many people as I can like Dad did. He might be gone, but he lives on. He lives on in his kids, his many, many grandchildren, and his many, many, many great-grandchildren. Anytime one of us parents throws a dirty work sock in the faces of our children, he's there. Anytime any of us reach across the supper table to pretend like we're taking our kids' food, he's there. Anytime one of us parents gets onto our kids because we love and care about them and we just want them to be better, he's there. That was our dad, our grandpa, our great-grandfather, our Elvis. We love you, Dad. Thank you.